Hello guys, today welcome to another video. Okay guys, sorry about that. Guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the Into the Future enemies. And this time I'm actually going to start on the map, as I don't know if I'm going to skip one on accident. We're going to start off with Alien Doge. This is the first introduction to Alien. It's not that hard to beat, but soon enough, aliens are going to be pretty hard. Next, it's like, this is just the introduction to aliens. My friend is here, he's more listening, taking notes probably or some shit. It's like, he has to listen this up, because this is the next, after you beat chapter 3, this is the chapter you go for. Next is the hippo. I think, right? Yeah. This one is like your first introduction to like a hard-hitting alien. Alien is just mostly, this is the introduction to treasure grinding. Like chapter 3 was the introduction to treasures. This is the introduction to the grinding, as you need treasures to start beating these aliens. Hippo, mostly the same as a regular like hard hitting. It's like a mini boss if you learn how to beat it. It's kind of tanky like most hippos, but that's it. Next enemy you face is in Monaco, which is this helmet crabby. This enemy is kind of a joke. It hits hard, but your main thing to do with it is just to tank it out or something, rush it. It's basically just like a mid-ranger at best. It has this, also introduces the survivability, which I think is that the first, is that the first ability I think you, yeah, it's the first ability of experience, but it's not really, the survivability, this one sets it to like 1 HP, so it's like, it just has an extra knockback, and that's it. Yeah, okay. Next is the seal. Put. I can't say. It's just the alien seal. First thing to affect first enemy that adds a defect. First enemy that's actually kind of hard. You'll learn how to like. It's just like a basic like hard enemy. It's like Age of the Future is basically playing the game like back, but harder enemies. But this is also your first introduction to the slow trait, which slows your cats to go not 0 speed or 1 speed, so it can technically still move, which is kind of important for an alien boss called the Queen Bee, which slows them, but you can still walk out of their range if you wait enough. If you're trying to get a tank out. Next is Moth, which is a floating alien, first mixed trait.
Wait, hold on. What is an Aryan?
A trait in the Battle Cats.
Oh.
Wow,
that was so helpful for a beginner. Trust me, guys, beginners do not watch 100%. Unless you're on chapter 2.
Oh no! If you you should do Into the Future soon.
Right now?
After chapter 3. That's right, because then you learn about everything. Well, Moth next with the first main ability, Freeze, that stops your cats from doing literally anything. They just stand there. But this is also a backliner, so you have to deal with an annoying freeze with pretty good damage, which might be annoying if you keep getting frozen again. And it's not that bad after a while. Like, you just need to make sure they can't push back. And next enemy, it's kind of hard. The Great Abyss, or I Am Face. I Am Face is actually one of them. This is the first. This is like easier than Chapter 3 Moon, but it's harder because most people waste their Cat God Miracle either on the first time they can unlock it because they didn't know what to do, or Chapter 3 Moon. Like, this is the time where you kind of dealing with a hard pushing enemy. It's like you're freezing and a bunch of stuff. It's like it's easier than Chapter 3 Moon, but it's harder because if you use stuff that you can't use anymore, it becomes a challenge. As it also introduces alien traits, so it has harder enemies to fight back. Next. This is the technically first appearance of the Metal Hippo, so let's talk about it. You unlock the Metal trait, which is a weird type of trait. You have to do critical damage or do a bunch of damage, as it takes 1 damage from any type of hit that isn't critical. or Metal Killer. Metal Killer is kind of confusing. Just search it up or look on YouTube because I'm not explaining all of that yet. So yeah, the Metal Hippo, actually the first, like, you don't really learn about metals now. It's like metals, like, you just could just attack a bunch, like, use a, like, Giraffe Cat and, like, just chew through the metal HP, but it's fine. Next one, the Goliath Black is black. Black is a pretty hard trait, fast attacking. That's not funny, but racist. Again, this guy's also racist. So, black is kind of hard to defend, attack. It's a fast pushing, but you can attack it, like, you just cause a G's Pizza Cat. Like, you can punch back at black enemies, but they punch you, though. Yeah. Next enemy, Ursa Major, aka the Alien Bear. This one has the next ability that affects the enemy, which is Strengthen. I think 50% Strengthen. This doubles their damage, which is extremely scary. Like, by this time, you should have Rover Cat at level 20. Rover Cat, I heard, can tank, not unstrengthen, but can't take Leguous. Like, if strengthen, you would die one shot. So this is the time when you start using your Bahamut Cat from Chapter 3 and outranging it to deal a bunch of damage, as Bahamut Cat's a nuker. Next, the next enemy, also, wait, oh, yeah. Next enemy, Heavenly Hippo, the angel trait. It's similar to black, but I'd say it's kind of harder, but it gets a bunch of this is, I think, you learn about status. I would say you kind of learn about status effects. You can also learn about status effects on Chapter 3 Moon, but if you use anti-floating. But I would say, in my opinion, angels are status effect based. Next, Argentina with SBK, or Shadow Boxer K. Fast attacking, fast moving, weak, but kind of weak kangaroo. It's stronger than the regular kangaroo, but has more knockbacks and but also pushes extremely hard, which is kind of bad. Oh yeah, we forgot about this enemy, Shy Boy. Back in, I think, Singapore, Shy Boy is a fast. It's a weaker.
Back in my day.
It's weaker than the face, but looks like the face, but it's faster attacking. Yeah, most of these enemies are just faster attacking or tankier versions. This one is less tanky, but faster attacking. It's also, I think this is the time we start abusing double traits, so you could use, like, Fishman to nuke it and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, next enemy, Cloxo, where it's two-eyed enemy where you it hits hard, but it's basically just a glass cannon. Well, we're speeding this up as I don't want to be here anymore. Next, Doge, and we're also gonna talk about Gabriel, aka the Angel Doge. Gabriel. These basically act the same. A bunch of knockbacks known as a rebound enemy, an enemy that when you knock back, it will attack. So right now, your main goal is to push it back. It's like your goal is to nuke it. This is the time when you learn about nukers and getting rid of it before it can attack again. Then we go to Hollywood. Ooh. And we learn about Wamur, which debuffs your cats with the weekend. But it's pretty weak. But it does do a lot of damage. But it's like, I think a standalone enemy. It doesn't mix well with other enemies, in my opinion. It can mix well, but it's not really like a backline or mid-range. It's like kind of sort of mid-range. It's melee mid-range. Well, now we go all the way to New York, where you see the first wave, which is a thing that allows Pierce, which is a thing that extends the range. With Elizabeth, which this one is actually kind of hard. It's a big pig, a big fat pig, very fat and annoying. It can push back a lot. Like, if you have, like, this is supposed to disrupt your meat shields. I think this is also, you can use tanks against it. I think tanks might work against it, but I'm not sure. Because it does do a lot of damage, and it does, because meat shields get destroyed by the wave if it happens. Yeah. Now we're going to go to the floating continent with the Nimoy Boar. But here's the problem. So, while doing this, you should do Stories of Legend. So, you should know about the regular boar. This one acts really like the same, but with the knockback abilities. So, with tankers, like slow attacking enemies, like slow attacking nukers, you should beat this, like, You should meat shield it as it to protect it from its knockback, which will interrupt the attack. This was a DPS enemy, very good. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to talk about the ball. Most of this you should take with the like. This is information about the enemy, not really anything about like its like main counters and stuff. It's kind of counter. You should probably look at stuff like Lucas 4 or IV for sure to look for main in depth, because this is less in depth and more like experience, so you can learn how we play the game. Next is the last stage, the moon. But we're not gonna be done with Into the Future yet. After the moon, though, because there's still a bunch more moon enemies. We enter this Kreon, a floating alien. This is the time where you learn about. This is like same as like the face, but it's way more tanky and stuff. But this is where you learn about timer-based stages. As you learn about enemy time, where your goal is to kind of beat that stage before Elizabeth comes, because it kind of messes up your lingo. Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth is in Battle Cats?
Yes. Okay, we have a few more enemies, but let's make this quick. Mistress Delbudo, very weak glass cannon. This enemy will like destroy everything that's destroy everything that it comes close with a single attack. So it's like if you're gonna try to use a tank against it, don't use like this is like when you learn about meat shooting and stuff again. It has a strengthened ability to do even more damage, but it's a single attack, so it's not really that important. Hey, next, keep going. Keep going. Cyberhorn. This enemy is just the buff version of regular One Horn, where we talked about in the ELC video, which you should watch, by the way. Watch it now. Anyway, yeah, so you understand what Cyberhorn is. This enemy is the reason why I had gone for treasure. This enemy was extremely annoying in Chapter 3, which caused me to get stuck on a bunch of stages. Next, Dark Otter. Dark Otter is just a tanky, kind of pushing, kind of fast attacking. It's weird. It's just very tanky. So it's like a meat shield. It's basically like it's your tank. Next, wait, where is it? The Great Abyss. Next enemy, the next boss, Galactic Overseer Nyandam. Same as regular Nyandam with the slow ability. Slow ability, remember what I said earlier, slow ability slows you cast to 1, but this one's a nuker, so you can't really wait out the slow ability again and watch them like slowly get to out of the range as they're stuck being in the range. Okay. Next. Next one you learn about, in Chapter 2 you learn about the Holy Valkyrie cat, a cat that you barely see. Next time you see is probably a thing where it's basically acts as your regular Valkyrie cat that you unlock in Chapter 2 moon, but it's way stronger. But next we're going to talk about a bunch more enemies here, so let's speed this up. Metal Doge, very scary. This might look, it's pretty weak, so you don't need to quit it, even though it's metal. But still, if you let it stack up, it will destroy everything, dude. This is what you need. You need to get rid of it quick. You also learn about the ball, the regular ball. This ball is kind of slow. Not gonna lie. This ball is kind of bad. It's pretty easy. It's anti-lag. Just use a whale cat and Courier if you have it right now. Next, you also learn about Bun Bun, which has a wave ability, but it's not really matter. The wave ability does ruin your defenses if you get unlucky, but it's like a 5% chance. This is just the Bun, but worse. You learn about, this is the time where you start using Seafarer. Seafarer is one of the best enemies against it. So you get, I'm not sure if you see this in Chapter 2, but you get Calamari, which is a weakening enemy that pushes back and does a lot of damage, kills a bunch. It's more of a background of learning about cloud control, aka abilities. And lastly, not lastly, Alpaki state. It's a base destroyer. It means your goal is not to get it to your base, and you try to stay back from it, as it will just slowly bite through your whole defense and get rid of most everything. It's pretty fast attacking. This is the main one, Raging Bahamut Cat. This one is very hard. You have to learn about status effects here and treasures again. Raging Bahamut Cat, it really is pretty bad. It does insane DPS, insane HP. That's when you have to learn about cloud control to stop it from even moving or attacking. When it attacks, it destroys. It does a bunch of damage, a bunch of DPS, and can barely do, and there's really nothing you can do. Tankers get destroyed, everything destroyed. So now, yeah, thank you guys for watching. But now, see you in the next video. Bye.